Hello everyone, and welcome to the final match of day one of the Action Palace Amateur Cup 2. This is now a 9-ball team match. The first match of the day was 8-ball, so now we're doing 9-ball to finish off the day. 8-ball Scholars picked up a point in the last match, so now trail 6-3. And a race to 11 total, just like Mosconica. Looks like Team 8-ball Scholars won the lag. And this first game is Bob the Turk versus Trayvon and Miles. Just like Mosconica, this is a race to 1 in these games. First team to win 5 games in this singles 9-ball wins the point. This is a huge opportunity for 8-ball Scholars. If they can get this, they're only down 2 points going into day 2. However, if Scotty doesn't know, gets this point, then up 4 points going into day 2 and only needing 4 points to win the whole match. So this is a huge opportunity for either teams. So all the players on the teams, they're going to be fighting. So race to 1, it's just like League if you play BCAB. Race to 1. Break here. For those who don't know, this is professional trick shot artist Brian Superman Pauley on the commentary today for this match. I want to thank my counterpart, Robert Sears, for doing some commentary as well. He's more of a Columbus player. I play in both Dayton and Columbus, but know more people from the Dayton area, so it kind of makes sense to have me commentate some matches and him commentate some matches to get feedback from both sides. It looks like Bob broke dry. Trayvon's going to have an option here to attack this 1 ball, or he can push out. Those that don't know what a push out is, the shot immediately after the break, whether it's the breaker or the player coming in, has the option to shoot the cue ball anywhere on the table without foul. Contact any ball to maybe hook some balls together. You can move some things out of the way, but it is not a foul to do so unless you scratch. That's what Trayvon just did. So now Bob has the option to take this shot or to give this shot back to Trayvon. So put it over. If he's going to shoot this. You're left with a pretty tricky jump shot here. Gotta carry the cue ball distance to carry it over the 2 and to land right on the 1. He gave it back to Trayvon. It looks like Trayvon's got a jump key in his hand. And he pushed out to this, so maybe he pushed out to a jump because he's confident in his jump game. You can see a lot of people who jump really well do that for their push outs. Let's see what Trayvon does here. Line it up. Alright, here we go. Nice shot. Drilled that. Now we know why he pushed out to it. Alright, so there's enough of the pocket in the top right hand corner for the 2 ball to slide past the 6. This is just pocketing the 2 ball and then controlling the speed on the cue ball to get on the 3 ball. Okay. precise in his aim. Still wants to have a little bit of an angle of the 3 if he can, but if he's dead straight on the 3 ball, he still should be fine with the 4 ball if they're on the spot. So save extra time. Lining this up. Just we'll roll this in the center to a high ball hit. Great speed. Hopefully it just passes the 4 ball. Good shape on the 3. Here we go. Well, he decided to try to stun that over. Potentially could have popped up. 4 and 6. They came to rest kind of funky. I still think the 4 ball passes in most pockets. So now Bob has the option to try to attack this 2 ball. Cut it in the bottom right hand corner, possibly come around 2-3 rails for the 3 ball. That's a tough shot. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bob duck here. Kind of play it safe, see if he can put the cue ball behind the 7. So put the 7 ball between the cue and the 2 ball. See what he does here. The other side. It's a good looking shot. You see this shot used a lot in 9 ball. If you watch the WPBA a lot, the safety comes out a lot. Plus he tied up the 5 and the 7. So this is going to be a tactical game right here. This is not going to be a punt. Okay, well, we kind of do the same thing, kind of bank the 2 ball up to the other end of the table, pull the cue ball down here, come off one of the edges of the 2 ball, and then the cue ball come around that way. So he has a lot of different safety opportunities here. Let's see what he does. Okay, he's thinking. If you're enjoying these matches, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to Action Life YouTube channel where you're watching this at, and click the notifications bell so you get notifications when content is posted. Anybody's trying to do stuff, anybody's trying to do something in pool, they all deserve our support. See what he does here. See if he's going to try to swirl this and put the cue ball behind 5-7. That's an option. Could be going for the bank. See what he's doing here. Oh, he's going to try it. Oh, man. Almost. If you would have got that cue ball behind the 5 and 7, that was going to be a really good shot. Hard thing for Bob to get out. Alright, so the 5 ball looks like it might pass the 7, and the 4 passes past the 6. Bob might try the 2-8 combo. Where it can get tricky is where the 2 ball ends up. He wants to have it almost right by the side pocket, almost dead center. So we'd have an easy shot to get in the 3 ball, so we'll see what happens here. Does it come out enough? Oh man. We'll see. I don't think it goes. I could have tried to hit it a little slower to line up the 2-9. He does have a safety here. If he cuts the left side of the 2 ball into the 9, so it kind of stays right there, and the cue ball goes 1 or 2 rails right behind the 4-6. That could be a safety he's looking at. This is one thing that separates, you know, the low to mid-level players to the mid to high-level players is safety play. Knowing that you can't run out this rack, so play safe, play defense. So when you get your opportunity to run out, it's there. All right, here we go. See what Bob does here. See if he tries the safety that I suggested, or maybe he's got something else up his sleeve. Here's trying to bank the 9 ball. Okay. 2 balls in an interesting spot. I don't think Trayvon's going to try this 2-9 with that distance between them. Could cut the 2 ball in the top right hand corner, but then you kind of let the cue ball loose. Hopefully you can get position on the 3 ball. But looking down here, the 5 passes the 7, so it's not a complete snooker down here. So Trayvon has in mind here. He's got multiple safety options too. He went for the 9 and he scratched it on the side. That's going to be unfortunate. I have a feeling Bob's going to make him pay for this. He's looking at the 5-7 and he sees the passes. So the 2 ball being close to the 3 like that, position is going to be easy. Where it's going to be interesting is for the 4 to the 5. And actually the 3 to the 4. You want to be perfect on the 4 ball so you can get on the 5. But obviously he's got to get a great position off the 3 ball. So in a sense, the 2 ball is going to be very important here. It's when you play rotation, you got to really look 3-4 balls ahead. Especially when you have a ball like the 5 ball, it only goes one place. There's a very small zone that cue ball has to get into for it to be able to go. So here we go, see what Bob does. Okay. Gonna go on 3. Now you can either come to a long rail, 1, maybe 2 rails, and then stun over, make the 4 on the side stun over for the 5 ball, or you can kind of pop out towards the center of the table. Just like what he's doing there, and then cut the 5 ball in, cut the 4 ball on the side, and then just slow roll the cue ball off the long rail back to the other end of the table to get straight on the 5 ball. So just like what he's doing here. Yep, good speed, a little bit of high ball to avoid that side pocket. He's looking good. Pocket the 5 ball, try to draw back off the rail. Get position for the 6 on the side. Having somebody come over here and watch this. So make sure it's a legal hit. That was good. Didn't even need somebody. So now, just cut the 6 ball in, center ball. Have the cue ball come up to the top rail and back down. Or you can just slow roll this in. You can also probably try to stun it. She has multiple options here to get on the 7. Yep, you just slow rolled it. Stay away from that pocket. Don't want to get corner hooked. All right, he's good. Let's just cut the 7 ball in. Natural shape of the cue ball's 2 rails. So anywhere about center table would be good to pop the 9 and get to the first point on the board for Team 8 Ball Scholars in this race to 5 Team 9 Ball match. There it goes. Bob Dirk is point number 1 in this race to 5. Our next game coming up is Matt Gray for 8 Ball Scholars versus Scott Stevens for Team Scotty Doesn't Know, with Scott Stevens breaking. While Scotty is dropping the balls and racking, I'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsors for this event, obviously Action Palace for hosting this event, Absolute Billiard Service, which is owned by Josh Ebert. They're the premier table mechanics and table, I guess you could say recovering. The word I'm looking for is escaping me. Maintenance, table maintenance company. They are the premier table maintenance company in the Dayton area, and they travel all over the place, even as far as South Charleston, Ohio, which is where I'm at. They moved my table around a couple times and installed this new table that I have. That later. They're just great people, do excellent work. Crave Cure Kitchen coming in 2026. That's going to be a project Shannon Moss is doing. Looking forward to that. It's going to be some great food in this area. I said before, Action Life YouTube channel. This is going to have all of the Action Palace board matches and all the Amateur Team Cup events. It's a big shout out to them. Make sure you like and subscribe. The Mosses, for all they do for the Dayton pool scene. Could not have events like this without them. And unfortunately, Scotty scratched on the brake, and it looks like the rack is fairly wide open. Yep, pretty much everything has a pocket to go in. The 5-ball is going to be interesting to get shaped because it looks like it only goes in the top right hand corner pocket. With the 4-ball where it's at, it's going to be position not impossible, not easy, kind of right in the middle. But with the caliber of player of Matt Gregg, I played a number of times in the league. This is wide open table. If I had to bet money, I'm going to say he's probably going to run out from here. So we'll see if I am accurate in my prediction. Pocketed 1 ball. So we got the 2 ball. He's drawing low, so it looks like he's going to kind of pop it back towards the middle. There you go. Perfect shape on that 3 ball. So now pocket the 3 ball on the left side pocket. There's a couple options here. Unless that's the 7 ball. It is the 7 ball I'm looking at. Looks like the 3 ball's over by the spot. Looks like it might slide past the 9, or he might be shooting at the 9 here. But it passed. Alright. Perfect shape on the 4 ball. Now if the 5 ball passes past the 8, he just has to just kind of draw this back. But if it doesn't, he's going to have to pop this off the rail. That's what he does here. Ooh, kind of. Pushed up on his stroke there a little bit. He didn't leave Scotty an easy shot. Scotty's bridge off the rail. He's going to have to shoot full table. And then he's going to have to hit this with a high ball with a good stroke to follow it down towards the end of the table and then all the way back to get position on the 5 ball. So we'll see what he does here. Up a little bit there. He had the right idea. Alright, so 4 ball got kind of weird. Let's see what Matt does with this. A couple options. You could try to cut the 4 ball in the top right hand corner pocket, or he can actually go for the 9. I think that's what he's going for here. Because to cut the 4 ball in and try to get shape on the 5, that's going to be extremely difficult to do. So I might just fire at the 9 right here. Taking his time, figuring out what he wants to do. Nice shot. With the distance between the 4 and the 9 like that, that is not easy to do. Alright, so Matt Gregg takes game number 2 and get 2 points on the board for 8-ball scholars, and now our next game is Christian Walters versus Tristan Harris. Christian Walters of 8-ball scholars and Tristan Harris of Scotty Doesn't Know. While Christian is racking up game number 3, I mentioned about a table that I have, so I have a YouTube channel. I do a trick shot series. It's called Superman's Trick Shot Tuesday. YouTube channel is Superman Trick Shots, and each Tuesday of the month I do a different theme trick shot video, and one of my sponsors is AE Schmidt Tables, and they provided a table for me to do this video series on, and the boys from Absolute Billiard Service came up and installed my table, and they did an impeccable job as always. All right. Christian Walters to break, rack 3, 8-ball Scholars up 2-0. All right, got the wing ball. 3, got kind of kicked on the cue ball. One ball was doing what it was supposed to do, track towards that corner pocket, and he just kind of got hooked. This looks like we're going to see a push out potentially by Christian here. If you want to see a really other cool story about Absolute Billiard Service, look up the Wilmington College YouTube channel. That's where I graduated from college in 2004, and I partnered with Absolute Billiard Service to kind of redo their game room down there. So there's a really cool video we did about how they repaired all the tables down there that were in really, really bad shape. So definitely check that out. It's Wilmington College, Ohio. Alright, so Tristan's taking his shot. A nice containing save here. That is a standard safety shot and 9-ball. Might have left a little bit of the edge for Christian, so you might be able to cut enough of the 1-ball and have the cue ball come back 2 rails up to where he's at, trying to leave Tristan a long shot here. We'll see if he's doing what I'm thinking. Yep. There you go. He almost got saved by hitting that 7-ball because it looks like that. He's like, yep, I didn't mean to do that. It almost looks like the cue ball had enough pace that it misses the 7-ball. It hits that long rail and bounces out, giving Tristan a shot. So I think hitting the 7-ball slowed the cue ball down enough that he could hook Tristan behind the 6-ball. And Tristan's going airborne here. Jump cue. So we'll see how he does this. Trayvon did an amazing jump shot in the last rack. So see if Tristan can answer. Awkwardness here on the table. This is never fun. Alright, unfortunately, fouls here. With how he was bridged on the table like that, that was not an easy thing to do. Alright, so we got a fairly wide open table. 3 to the 4 is going to be interesting because the 4-ball, where it's at, cue balls kind of have to be in like perfect position. So it looks like he might be blocking the 1-ball, coming up 2 rails for the 2-ball, coming straight back. Looks like the 2-ball might pass the 9. From my perspective, it looks like it didn't, but the way he shot that looks like it does. Pocket this 2 and get a good shot on the 3-ball. Which would have to be easier run if you can do that. Nice shot, nice speed. See if he's tree-topped on the 8 or not. That's going to make it tougher if it is. See how he bridges on this. If you straight in on the 3-ball, you can just draw back, get on the 4-ball. Figure out where he wants it to be. Not completely tree-top, but he does have to bridge over the 4-ball. Did that really well. Really well. So I can just cut the 4-ball in, come off 1 or 2 rails, depending on how comfortable it is. Then you got the 6-ball in either side pocket and either of the bottom 2 corner pockets, depends on where the cue ball ends up. Christian has a golden opportunity here to get to 3 points. This last team match of the day. 6-4 sounds way better than 7-3. So just pocket the 6-ball on the right side pocket. Follow up for the 7. See a little bit of angle on that 7. Oh wow, just came off the point. Just undercut that slightly. All right. Tristan has an opportunity here. Got a little bit of a tester starting off here with the 6 ball. If you can pocket the 6 ball and get on the 7, it's a good opportunity to finish the rack out and get Team Scotty Doesn't Know on the board in this team match, in the last match of today. But he overcut it. So Christian just undercut it and Tristan just overcut it. Say that 5 times fast. Alright, so we've got a couple options here. Ideally, you want to hit this with center ball, maybe a little bit of low. Cut the 6 in and come off the bottom rail with a 7 ball. You can also hit this with high inside and come around. Let's see what he chooses here. He came straight back. Nice. This way you can let it stroke out, didn't have to just poke it with that bottom English. Just hit it with center ball and come up and down. Problem is, he gave himself a long shot and the cue ball's frozen on the rail, so this is not going to be easy. Got a little bit lucky here on leave. Tristan is snookered behind the 8. But he can go to the long rail. 1 rail kick onto the 7. So he's eyeing up here. Problem is, he doesn't want to hit this too full on the 7 ball, because then the cue ball can track right into the side, right in the corner pocket. He wants to cut this enough. And if anything, I almost want to overcut it, because if he misses the 7 and he overcuts it, it just comes to a long rail, then goes to the short rail. Cue ball comes around 2, maybe 3 rails, comes down to maybe about where it's at right now. And that's going to leave Christian a tough shot. So we'll see what happens here. All right, here we go. Gotta take this time. Get the bank. Now it's slowing down. Alrighty. Christian has a golden opportunity here. So we'll see what happens. Stumbles off the long rail. Kind of float forward 2 rails. The 8 ball looks like it passes the 9. Looks like he overstroked it. Unless he was playing the 8 ball bank in the side. Either that, you can also play a safety. Cut the 8 ball to the long rail. And then the cue ball can come behind the 9. So let's see Mr. Christian has in store for us. Mr. Christian, not to be confused with Sister Christian. Nice cross-side bank. Puts himself a little tester on that 9 ball. He just has to bear down, take his time, and then just shoot this ball in. Here we go. Bank. Does he get lucky and bank it twice? Wow, I don't think he was playing that. But you take it. It's 9 ball. Alright, so Christian Walters defeats Christian Harris in game number 3 Next match, or next game, we have Kenny Kemper versus Curtis Youngs. And Curtis is going to be breaking here. 8-Ball Scholars lead 3-0 over Team Scotty Doesn't Know. Alright, so one more plug about my YouTube channel. Like I said, Superman Trick Shots on YouTube, and each Tuesday I have a different trick shot themed video. The first Tuesday of the month is called When Does That Come Up in the Game? So where I show where some of the trick shots that we do in the show or competition can actually be used in the game. Most of them I've done already. Second Tuesday of the month is called Cinema Recreations. That's where I recreate shots from like The Hustler, The Color of Money, Full Haul Junkies, and others. So I'll show you the clip, what the shot looked like, and then recreate it on my table at home. Third Tuesday of the month is a series called Amazing Trick Shots and How to Shoot 'em. That's where I take classic shots that have been around, teach people how to shoot them. And then the fourth Tuesday of the month is something called Sponsor Spotlight. That's where I highlight one of the sponsors that I have. And then on the times where it's a fifth Tuesday in a month, we just shoot like a 3-minute trick shot video of stuff I like. We can do a Q&A video, so it's still kind of new. So let's see what we've been doing here. Okay. Curtis did not make the wing ball. Broke dry. Wide open table for the most part. The 3-ball's kind of in an interesting spot. 3-9 looks pretty open right now. That's really the only thing for the 3-ball right now. Doesn't really look like it can be pocketed any other place. Kenny did a great shot here, playing the safe, because he really did not have a good starting shot on the 1-ball. Just banking it, stopping it right behind the 4-ball. Because if Curtis doesn't hit this, Kenny's got a really good opportunity to end this quickly. Pocket the 1-ball, get shape with the 2, pocket the 2, come out, 3-9 combo. But Curtis is going airborne here. Try and get a good hit on this 1-ball, potentially make it. So their team is 1 and 2, or 1 for 2, 1 and 1, depends on the way you want to say it, on jump shots right now. So see what Curtis has here first. Good hit. Did not make the 1, but took the 3-9. Not necessarily out of play, but made it tougher. 1-ball does not have an easy pocket to go in right now, so we could see Kenny play it safe here. So we'll see what happens. He could cut the 1 kind of off the 9-ball, right by the 3-ball. And the cue ball come 1, maybe 2 rails. So let's see what he's doing. He could even line up the 1-9. I don't even know where the 1-9 would go unless he goes the 1-9 cross side. Look at he's kicking at this. Oh, he went the 1-9. The 1 actually ended up pretty good. I think that's what he was thinking too, because he hits the 1 into the 9. 1's probably going to stay there. Pretty sporty. Did not leave Curtis an easy shot. So Curtis is lining up the kick here. Kick. Just a 7-ball getting away of the 1. Doesn't look like it from here. 9-ball married up to a 5, so that's going to be interesting. Figuring out what's going to happen with that. Kenny does have a pretty decent starting shot here. Gets off that 6, he got okay. Don't know if the 6 ball passes the 8 in the right hand corner pocket now though, so we'll see what Kenny does with it. This rack has some work in it. Good stroke there. So now if he plays this right, cut the 3 ball in, 2 ball comes across the table. If he gets the right angle in the 4 ball, he can pocket the 4 ball and break out that 5-9. I don't think he can really get the breakout from here. He tried to, but he overcut it. Personally, I think he could have tried my idea, it probably would work better. But there's a reason I'm sitting here doing commentary and not playing in this event. Alright. Curtis has an opportunity here. 4 and 5 are separated, so we can pocket the 3. And then manufacture a position of 4 ball. Yeah, ooh, kind of caught that thick. Need to thin that a little more so it could get over to the 4 ball a little easier with that speed. Looks like he's going to be kicking again. He kicks on the right side of the 4 ball. That 4-5 is almost dead. So, let's see. Ooh, close. So we'll cut it just a hair. Look at the cue ball. Does he get a little roll? Look at this. Hey, you got to take the rolls when you get them. You hate it when your opponent gets the rolls, but you got to take them when you get them. Alright, so it looks like Kenny is going to have to kick here at the 4 ball. Good hit. Oh no, don't go in the cue. Don't go on the side. Stay out there, it's dark. Alright, so scratch for Kenny. Gives Curtis here. Ball in hand. So everything's pretty wide open except that 6-8. So we'll see what he wants to try to do here with that 6-8. Could just make the 4 and the 5 and play it safe on the 6. Needs to do something here because if Kenny wins this game, then that puts 8 ball scholars on the hill in this team 9 ball match. Alright, so here we go. Starting his turn at the table here. Alright, so you can pocket the 5 ball in the lower left hand corner pocket. If he's really feeling froggy, he can try to draw the cue ball back behind the 6 ball to shoot the 6 on the other side of the corner. That's a very touchy shot. He went for it, and look at this great stroke. Instead of trying to get the shape there, just hit the 8 ball out of the way, which gives you shape. It looks like he has enough angle make the 6 either follow forward or stroke draw back to make the 7 in the bottom top left. Yep, there you go. Oh, he rattled the ball. Wow. I mean, he had perfect shape on the 7 ball. So just pocket in the top left hand corner and just float up for the 8. Kenny with a golden opportunity here. Just got to get right about the same part where the cue ball was before, or go here, either way. With the angle or lack thereof he has, it looks like he's going to have to go short side here on the 8 ball. Anytime he goes short side, positions could be interesting. Oh, and he hung the ball up. He got great shape. Just missed the ball. It's 2 guys back to back now. This is the very same thing. Alright, so Curtis has to capitalize here if he wants to stay in this. Okay, looks like he got enough of an angle to pocket the 8 ball and just stun over for the 9 ball. Get his team on the board. He decided to draw back. Why would he want to do that? Now he's left himself in a real tester here. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. Take your time. Okay, kind of try to fire at it. Looks like it popped up a little bit. Left Kenny a long but very makeable 9-ball. And this to get Team 8-ball Scholars on the hill. Oh my goodness. Almost looks like Kenny went too fast on that, I don't know. But he kind of got lucky with this lead. Looks like the 9-ball's frozen on the rail and it's in front of the cue ball, so he really can't back cut this. As he puts an extreme amount of right-handed shot. I don't think he's going to try it. I think he's going to kick at this. And this is a basic kick shot. Got to get the speed right. You don't want to hit too hard and follow the cue ball and pass a 9. This is looking good. Wow. We have to leave in the 9 right about where it was. With the cue ball further up, Kenny can cut this in. High drama in this game, folks. Are you kidding me? Wow. Kenny concedes there. Interesting turn of events. Looks like both guys are kind of struggling a little bit, but sometimes you have those games. All right, so we have Dan Salmons for Team 8-ball Scholars and Chris Bradley for Team Scotty Doesn't Know. This is Dan here, racking the balls. He's going to be breaking here. So it looks like Team Scotty Doesn't Know. They're not done yet. But this is a huge game. I mean, they're all going to be huge from here on out. 8-ball Scholars is going to be trying to get on the hill. And Team Scotty Doesn't Know is going to try to keep them from the hill and try to keep more points on the board. Dan Sanders to break here in rack number 5. 8-ball Scholars lead 3-1. Big break by Dan here. Looks like we need a ball on the break. Good starting shot on the 1. 2 balls in an interesting spot. So see what type of position you can come from here. Good draw stroke. Does he draw too much? Don't go off the 7. Whew. He's got a good safety here. Decides to do it. Dan's a fast player, so we're going to get through this right quick. Oh wow, look at this. Just make that cross-sided to hit the 9. I don't know if he was trying for the 9. I think he maybe was trying to bank the 2 ball maybe into the side. More of a two-way shot there with position, but it went. Alright, so that gets Team 8-ball Scholars on the hill in this team format match. This is the last match of day 1. We'll start day 2 with, I believe, another team match. So we'll see how that goes. Game number 6. This is going to be Andre Moss Jr. versus Jesse McNew. Everyone that knows Moss just calls me Moss. That's what I'm going to call him. So it should be Jesse McNew breaking for Team Scotty Doesn't Know. And Moss is over there sitting down. While he's sitting down, once again, I want to acknowledge and thank our sponsors of this event. Action Palace hosting this event. If you're in the Huber Heights, Ohio area and you are a pool player, stop into Action Palace. You will not be disappointed. There's 7-foot tables, 9-foot tables, 2 10-foot carom tables that are heated. So if you like to play 3 cushion, I am one of them. A heated 3 cushion table is amazing to play on. Absolute billiard service. Cannot say enough good things about these guys. Josh Hebert owns it. Great people. lots of knowledge in table mechanics. Crave Cure Kitchen, it's going to be coming in 2026. This is through Shannon Moss. Going to be checking this place out. I like food, so see what they got over there. Action Life YouTube channel where you're watching this at. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notifications bell and like this video. It helps the algorithm. All of the Action Palace board matches will be streamed here, and any future team amateur cups will be streamed here as well. So make sure you check that out. And finally, the Mosses, Shannon and Andre, for putting this together, to doing all the stuff that they do for pool in the Dayton area. So thank you to them for this event. Also want to thank my counterpart Robert Sears as well for doing some commentary matches. And those who don't know, my name is Brian Superman Pauley, professional trick show artist. All right, here we go. Jesse to break. Ooh. Maybe he racked himself potentially? I don't know, but that did not spread it like I thought it would. That's the thing with the rack your own format. If the rack doesn't break very well, that's on you, that's on your opponent. He made a ball, looks like he made the wing ball. So he's got a shot here on the one ball. Natural shape on the cue ball is going to break open the 5-9. Heck, we might even get a 9 ball. I've had a couple of them already. Ready here. So, or he might actually try to cut the 1-9. I like trying to pocket the 1 ball and let the cue ball go into the 5-9. Because if you strike it correctly, I mean, you get them to separate, but also the cue ball stays there for the 3 ball. This is a huge, huge game. Jesse needs to win this to give his team a chance. Obviously, Moss is trying to win this and close out the day, only being down by 2 racks instead of 4. This is a 2-rack swing based on the results of this game, or this match. All right, here we go. My idea, but he undercut it a little bit. All right, so he opened up the 5-9. Everything's pretty much got a pocket. The 6 ball is going to be interesting, but the 5 ball is close to it, so it makes position easier. Not easy, but easier. He's got distance now on the 1 ball, so you will see what Moss has in store here. Very, very accomplished pool player, both 8 and 9 ball. He's a master ranked player here in Ohio. And I have clashed many, many times. If we have enough time in this game, I will talk about the perfect set when I played. I went to the bank. Oh, came off a little bit. Got lucky on the leave. This is going to be interesting to see what Jesse has. He's probably going to take some time setting this up, so I will tell a story about Moss and me. We were playing a weekly 8-ball tournament in a bar somewhere, and it was a race to loser break. Moss wins the flip, breaks and runs out. He's up 1-0. Obviously, I lost that first game. I break, I run out. So it's hill, and it's reflip. So we flip, Moss wins the flip, breaks, makes a ball, still open, so he makes the ball to establish, and then he calls safe and makes a ball to try to leave me a tough shot. Well, he didn't leave me as tough a shot as he wanted, so I got out of it, made my ball, and then I ran out. So we played a perfect set. Neither one of us missed a shot in that entire match, and we still talk about it every once in a while. It's like, do you remember that time we played a perfect set? Alright, here we go. Jesse trying to kick shot here. It almost looks like he's trying to go between the 9 and the 6 with the right spin and just catch the edge of that one ball. It's going to be interesting here. Oh, he just missed that barely. Oh, on the comeback, no. Third time's a charm. Does he get the rail? No, he doesn't. Gallant effort by Jesse there. So now Moss has a wide open table. Like I said, the only real trouble is that 6 ball because it looks like it's not past the 9 ball in the upper left-hand corner. He's going to make sure he gets perfect position on the 5 ball, and that'll give him position on the 6 ball. But if he can get on the 6, so the 6 is the upper right-hand corner, then I would bet money that Moss is out. So here we go. Sorry, the side float over. The 3 in the same pocket. Stop it right there. We draw back a little bit for the 4 on the other side. Yeah, there you go. So on the right side here, potentially, not necessarily, so you have to cut this or bank it. I mean, if the cue ball is right where it's at right now, it'd be in the ideal shape for the 5 ball. It looks like he's on the wrong side of the 4 ball. Yeah, he's looking at it. If he would have been perfect on the 4 ball, he would have shot by now. So he hasn't planned it. Is he cutting this or is he banking this? If he's cutting it and he awesome. Hit that with a bunch of inside spin to come off the rail and kill it. Reverse spin. Beautifully done. He's in the right spot here. If he can get onto the 6 ball, this would give the last match of the day Team 8 ball scholars, bringing the team within 2 racks. Will give you a 6-4 scoreline after day 1 if he finishes this rack. Alright, so cut the 6 ball in the top right hand corner pocket. You can try to hold it there for the 7 or let the cue ball go up and down the table. See what he does here. Yep, he's letting the cue ball go up and down. Oh, wow, kicked off the 8. See what he gets here. Well, not exactly the shape I think he was wanting, but 7 ball is makeable. He's looking to see where that tangent line is to see if he's going to come off the 9. If he hits a 9, as long as the 9 ball stays out of the way, he's going to have a shot on the 8. It's just going to be probably a longer shot than what he would have wanted. See if he can avoid that 9 ball. Alright, so ball's on the rail right there. This is not an easy shot. So we'll see what Jesse comes with here. I think you can just slow roll this, cut the 7 ball in, the cue ball will bounce out, and have a long shot on the 8. Or you can try to pocket the 7 and try to manufacture position on the 8 ball. Over. Big shot here. Because if he misses this and it leaves Moss any type of shot on a 7, that's probably going to be over. Cut it in, came back around. Avoided the 9, okay. Alright, so we've got 8 ball in the bottom left hand corner. So let's see what this looks like. You can follow those 2 rails. You can stun over, potentially. The 9 ball, so let's see what he's got here. Big shot here. This will test your nerves. Alright, here we go. Good shot there. Hold on, cue ball. Wow. I don't think he wanted to come up that far. He was trying more center table. Okay. He's got a couple bank shot options. He's got a cut shot option. So let's see what he does here. Whatever he does, he has to commit. So yeah, look how he's trying to reverse bank this cross side. So that's still trying to avoid the scratch in the side in the upper right corner pocket. There we go. Only imagine how fast the card is beating right now. Alright, here we go. To keep this team match going. Get it? Oh, wow, just a little short. Left Moss pretty much straight in on this 9 ball. If I were a betting man, and I can be at times, I'm going to bet that Moss is not going to miss this. That would get Team 8 Ball Scholars to 6-4 at the end of day 1 here at the Action Palace Amateur Cup 2. He does make it, so we are 6-4 after day 1. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors for helping out with this amazing event. Action Palace, Absolute Food Service, Crave Cure Kitchen, Action Life YouTube channel, and the Mosses. I am Brian Superman Pauley. This has been the first day of this event. Can't wait to see what happens on day number 2. We'll start off with a Team 8 Ball match. You are watching Action Life YouTube channel.